Hey everyone, this video is to show you how to work with the t-shirt project that we do in VCC 266. And I just want to go ahead and get started on this because there's a lot to cover. Um, the main thing that we're going to have to work with on this is hue and saturation levels. I'm going to zoom out here so you can see everything I've got going on. I've created an 8.5 by 11 landscape orientation document. I've brought in the t-shirt, let's see, which one is that called? I forget which one it is, JPEG or t-shirt 1 or something like that. That's one of the options that I gave you all to download. And I've duplicated that 5 times, as you can see through my layers panel here. Let me pull that up so you can see it all. I also have went ahead and created a basic little design here. I expect more from you all, okay? This was just in the essence of how much time we had. So anyhow, I've got the design. I've duplicated that 5 times and I have it above each one of the layers, okay? And notice I've named each one of the layers t-shirt 1, 2, 3, and put the design that also give it a name and put it above each of the layers. Now do you have to do that? No, you don't. But do you want to peacefully work with your project, or do you want to always be clicking on layers trying to figure out which one's which? If you want some organization, name your layers. I mean, it's just very pertinent that you do that. But you don't have to. I mean, if you're one of those people that flies by the seat of your pants and doesn't really care about naming layers, that's your choice. Now you're turning in projects to me, name your layers, because lots of times I will look at that and I will count that towards your points to see what type of organization you have in your layers panel. Alright, so now I'm off that lecture. Let's get on to work. So I have these 5 different t-shirts here. Now, one of the first things I really need to do, and I should have done this before I duplicated all this, so you make sure you do this. And I'll show you just here on this first one. I'm just going to zoom in. I have the t-shirt layer selected. Just going to use my quick selection tool here. Actually, what I might do is just to help me out a little bit, let me put that back down there, is I think what I will do is I'll go ahead and create a hue and saturation level right here. And what I'm going to do is I'll create that between design 1 and t-shirt 1. Just click up there. Since I had t-shirt 1 targeted, it put the hue and saturation level right above it. Now I'm going to go to colorize, and I'm just going to throw some saturation into this. And what I'm doing here is putting a different color than this black right here, okay? It's colorizing what's on the outside here for the most part, all right? And we're going to be able to change that with our lightness scale, so just give me a minute on that. But here's what I needed to do. By changing that color, I can use my quick selection tool here, and I'm going to just get a bigger brush here, and then I can just easily select that color instead of the black, trying to go into there and everything. Now I just want to delete that, but I have to make sure I'm back on my t-shirt layer, hit my delete key, and there we go. So I'm going to hit Command D on that. I still have like a little bit down through here. Let me see if I can get that around through there. And, well, it really didn't. Okay. Anyhow, I would do that on each one of these, and then what I would do is I would go down here to the bottom and just create me a new layer, and then go edit fill and use black, and then if there's any stray lines or anything like that, you won't be able to see them. And then that way your t-shirts all be on a nice solid background, not white, and it'll just really help them to pop more. I mean, you could use a gradient or whatever color you wanted to use, maybe even a texture or something behind there would look pretty cool. Okay, now let's look at what's going on here. Let me zoom out. Alright, this hue and saturation layer is really messing with everything. I mean, it is out of control. it's affecting everything that's underneath it. And that's what a hue and saturation level will do. Any of these adjustment levels or layers that you put on here will affect every layer underneath it, but not above it. Okay, so that's why I chose to put the hue and saturation level or layer between design 1 and t-shirt 1. But now I have to fix it so it only affects t-shirt 1 because I want to make them different colors. So all I have to do is click on my Option or your Alt key, and you go right between these two layers, t-shirt 1 and your hue and saturation, and hold your Alt or Option key, and you'll see a little arrow come up with a white box beside of it. This means that you're going to clip this layer, the hue and saturation layer, into t-shirt 1. And once I do that, once I click to make that happen, then you see that it is now clipped because it's got the little drop down arrow. It's clipped into t-shirt 1. Now look up here. It's no longer affecting these layers below it. It's only affecting this one. We can't really tell real close right now because I don't have a lot of color in there. But you're going to see once I click on this and double click on that so I can bring up my options, I'm going to change the saturation all the way up, and let's take this lightness down some. Okay, now this is not affecting that design. It may look as if it is, but that's reflective color, you know, so that's what's making it look like it is actually changing that color. Let's go to something like yellow or green. A nice green in there, okay? Like that neon type green. You could do a t-shirt that color. All right, now let's do another one. I'm going to go in between Design 2 and T-shirt 2. Click on T-shirt 2. Give me another hue and saturation level. Layer, I keep saying level, apologize for that. And I'm going to hold my Alt Option key and clip it into layer 2 here. Double click on my hue and saturation, colorize, and oh, that one did not clip in there. Let me try that again. There, now it's clipped in there. And turn my saturation way up here. My lightness I'm going to turn down so my color will go into the white. If you have the lightness way up, it's like fighting white with white. I mean, you know, because look at your lightness scale. If it's white, I mean, you know, you go 100% white, it just wipes out your t-shirt. So you got to really take it down to work with your color. And then your hue slider is what's going to change the color. All right. And then of course saturation makes a difference on that color also. And I like those blues. Purple's nice. That purple actually makes the red dots look like it's kind of jumping off from it. So I kind of like that color though. So, you know, that would be a nice color. And then you would go on down and do this for every one of them. And it also looks like, since I'm taking my lightness so far down, that you probably don't have to worry about that background, deleting that. So don't worry about that. Unless you do, if you can see, like right now I can see this background in here. See the difference in the shading? I don't know if you'll be able to see it in this video or not, but I can see it on my screen. So I don't want to see that. Take that out if you can see it. If you cannot see it, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. I won't count off for it. All right? And then that's basically it. You know, that's trying to think of anything else maybe I could tell you all to give you a few pointers. When I did my design, I did create that on different layers, and then I just merged them together. Now, with your layers, you can, you know, let's just say, for instance, I had a circle on this one and a circle on this one. Oops, I used my shift key. And you can hold your command key to go down through there, selecting random layers. And then I say, okay, I want all those on the same layer. Then I can just go merge layers, and it puts all three on the same one, on the same layer. Okay? Obviously, I don't want to do that, but I'm going to go to my history panel and take that away, or I can do Command Z or Control Z on the PC. Alright, that should be enough to at least get you all started. So give me some questions if you have any today. I'm here most all day. Thanks.